So guys, for this video, I thought I'd do a quick short little Call of Duty tier list ranking. I'm going to preface this video by saying, yes, I have some controversial picks, and remember these are just my opinions. So with that, let's get started. First three CODs, never played them. After that, we have Call of Duty 4. I mostly have my experience playing this game from the remaster, but I really enjoyed it. I'm going to put that in A. World at War. It's got to go in A. It introduced zombies, and it had a fantastic campaign. Multiplayer was pretty good too. Next up, Modern Warfare 2. I don't think anyone saw that one coming. After that, Black Ops 1. I think that this was one of the most complete games. I think it had a fantastic campaign, fantastic multiplayer, and the zombie maps, I thought consistency-wise, it was the best game for zombies. I thought none of the maps were necessarily the best map in all zombies, but each one was really good. Now this is going to be my first controversial pick. Modern Warfare 3 I'm going to put in S tier, and that in itself is not controversial, but what is controversial is that I thought this was a better multiplayer game than Modern Warfare 2. As a complete game, you can make the case Modern Warfare 2 is better. I think it had a better campaign than Modern Warfare 3 and arguably better spec ops, but Modern Warfare 3 to me was just essentially Modern Warfare 2.5. It was the update that Modern Warfare 2 never got. It was just more balanced, not as broken, and I mean the games look the same. So I like to call Modern Warfare 3 Modern Warfare 2.5 instead of Modern Warfare 3, but I did think it was a better multiplayer experience than Modern Warfare 2. Next up, we have Black Ops 2, and this is my favorite Call of Duty game. I thought it had a really good campaign, not the best. Multiplayer, I thought it was the best multiplayer, and then zombies. While it wasn't as consistently good as Black Ops 1 was, I thought it had arguably two of the best maps, Mob of the Dead and Origins. Next up, Call of Duty Ghost. I'm going to put that in B, and that's a little controversial, not too much. I thought it was underrated. At the time, it was the best feeling COD game, but the campaign was good, not amazing. Extinction, I didn't enjoy it too much, and then multiplayer, it had potential, but it had some game-breaking things like the IEDs, bad kill streaks, and it just wasn't a pleasant game to look at. But overall, I thought it was a little underrated. So this one's an interesting one for me because I did not purchase this game. I wasn't too into the idea of advanced movement, but my friends purchased it, and I got to play it with them a lot, and from what I played, I just didn't like it. Zombies was terrible. Didn't play the campaign, I'll admit to that, and the multiplayer was... It was fun at first because it was a little bit different, but it got old fast for me. After Advanced Warfare, we have Black Ops 3. I'm going to put this in A, not because of the campaign or the multiplayer, but because of zombies. I thought that the campaign was the worst campaign to date. Multiplayer-wise, again, not into the advanced movement, but I think it was done the best. And then zombies, I think that with Zombies Chronicles 2, they just blew it out of the park. Super fun. Next up, Infinite Warfare. So most of you would expect me to put it down in D, but this might be a little controversial. I'm going to put all the way in B. I felt like this was a good game, or decent game, that came out at the wrong time. Yes, it was kind of a copy and paste of Black Ops 3, but you're going to see this trend with the Infinity Ward games. I thought it just felt better, like smoother movement, smoother exo movement, whatever you want to call it. And I actually really enjoyed some of the zombie maps. I thought Zombies in Spaceland, I would put that up there with some of the best Treyarch maps. I thought that was a fantastic map. After Infinite Warfare, we have Black Ops 4, and I'm going to put that in C. I thought that this was a very meh game. Zombies were meh. Multiplayer was meh. But it was hard carried by Blackout. I think that without Blackout, I would almost be tempted to put it in D. But with Blackout, we'll put it in C. Next up, we have World War II. And like Advanced Warfare, I did not purchase this game, but I played the beta, I played a lot of the free trials they had. And from what I played, I didn't like it. But I'm tempted to put it in Never Played just because I never played the zombies, didn't play the campaign. But if we're going just based on multiplayer, which Call of Duty mostly is, I'm going to have to put in D. I did not like the free trials or the beta at all. Next up, we have Modern Warfare 2019, and this is going to be my most controversial pick for sure. I'm going to put this in A for now, and here's why. Campaign was really good. Spec Ops, trash, but I didn't really play Spec Ops in the other Modern Warfare games anyways. Multiplayer. It is the best feeling Call of Duty game. The engine is fantastic. The movement is silky smooth. Gunplay, 10 out of 10. I love it. It just feels so good. The other thing is, I know a lot of people called this game a camp fest. And this may have been because of SBMM, but in my experience, I came up against way more people rushing than I did campers. I don't know why. I have this different experience from the majority of people who play this game, but I don't see Modern Warfare as a camp fest game. Now, Modern Warfare didn't just have 3 modes. It had a 4th, Warzone. And Warzone is why I'm actually going to put this game in the S tier. Yes, I know a lot of people consider Modern Warfare and Warzone 2 different games, but I don't. I think it's a little bit unfair, because people don't consider Black Ops 4 and Blackout 2 different games. They consider Blackout a mode of Black Ops 4. And I consider Warzone a mode of Modern Warfare. Warzone, in my opinion, is the best battle royale in the market. Yes, it could be better if there were no SBMM, but it still beats anything else I've played. Now, I would say last but not least, but in this case, last and least. This is my least favorite Call of Duty. I think that the campaign was fantastic. Yes, one of the best. I put in the top 5. Zombies is mediocre. It's not bad, not super good. It's okay. I'm okay with it. But the multiplayer, for me, is so bad. It feels like such a downgrade from Modern Warfare that I would rather play Advanced Warfare and World War II, honestly. I have a really hard time playing this game, and I also, like Modern Warfare, seem to have different experiences from other people. I find this game to be a camp fest, and I know a lot of people say that Black Ops Cold War is refreshing because it wasn't a camp fest like Modern Warfare was, but like I said, for me, Modern Warfare was not a camp fest. Yes, I ran into campers in that game, but I mostly ran into other people rushing. Cold War, it's like everyone is head glitching and just holding a lane. I find it very difficult to rush in this game. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know. The maps are also terrible in my opinion. Everything about it is a big no for me, and Call of Duty, for me at least, is rated primarily on the multiplayer, and the multiplayer is so bad that I just can't justify putting it above V. So there we have it. That's my Call of Duty tier list, and remember, these are just my opinions. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and for anyone new to the channel, I do post a lot of Call of Duty gameplay, so if you'd be interested in that, I recommend subscribing. But I'll leave it there. That's my Call of Duty tier list. I'll see you all in the next one.